attend last week's meetings, and it's every Monday. You have a thing where you call spin the wheel. And you spin the wheel and you pay a 50-cent fine, $1 fine, whatever it is. And the Rotary Club has service projects, like they provide dictionaries to students. They have a international immunization program that they do in developing countries. So all the money raised from those kinds of things go into those kind of projects.
It's exciting. This could be the ticket
Oh, come on.
to draw the Joker.
I'm sorry. I'm doing this for a donation. I've had statistics. I know what my odds are. I said I knew what my odds are. I didn't say I wouldn't accept them. Oh, well, it's everybody's gonna, yeah.
Yeah, the Joker's not drawing Joker. Four tickets.
How are you, Miss Ryder?
And then same thing with Deanna Rita, she bought her ticket too, and they didn't take her.
Well, this could be the one.
I feel like dessert, there are a few desserts.
Which one do you want? This one or this one?
Nobody likes that. They're like, oh,
No, I'm just saying, haven't I seen this person somewhere before? I'm Steve Massey.
hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to have you all with us.
Hey, sir.
That was a Saturday morning, right? Saturday morning when we took your picture. Did Michelle take your picture? Yeah.
Somehow it looks so different with acting to us. You look totally different.
When we lived in St. Louis, we had the short series season tickets to the symphony, 4 concerts. What always amazed me
I meant, but you can call radio station, yeah, that within the 10 minutes.
showed pictures of the soloists. And invariably, these pictures were like sometimes 20 or 30 years old. They get up on stage and that's the same.
Yes.
You get all excited when you agree that everybody be like,
Yeah, me,
I'm gonna sit here with the song. Good. You start to get up with the song. But boy, you were outstanding on video. Have you watched yourself on YouTube yet? Oh yeah, we were on there.
I heard the Joker.
My uncle, Gene Mack and Emma J were my yeah, my dad was YN. He basically was a manager at Hale Dry Goods, which was my mother's family's store.
Barnes, 5 years.
Oh, you're coming. You're coming to us.
As soon as I graduated high school, I
We don't need one left now.
Sounds like me.
Oh yeah.
I think mine was 21. I always thought we would.
Half of what you get. Half of the pot. Listen, you were oh, you got your mom? Yes,
Oh, he had a story. He had an officiating story.
Hey, John, how are you, buddy?
Well, Steve, you got the coming back to Batesville, right? But not the retirement part, right? Because you used to work, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but see, the deal was, when I started doing IT stuff, I knew this was the best because of the stuff I wanted to do. And in 20 years, Peterbilt hospital changed.
Yes, it certainly has.
In fact, I tell people, I'm doing the same work now essentially that I was doing in the 1980s. It's just that then I was doing it on millions of dollars worth of equipment for Fortune 500 companies. Now I'm doing it on thousands of dollars worth of equipment for a number of companies in Batesville, Arkansas. And the bizarre thing is, I have more computer power under my management now than I did then.
6 digits?
Really, he jokes that they got the guys that's doing this.
Just about. I mean, you hear them on the moon ladies. They're punching codes. I mean, numeric codes into this computer, getting numeric codes back, and then having to have somebody tell them what that means.
Why? Oh, wow, she called me a liar. I'm just trying to support your cause.
Tina Bruner is still a member of this.
No matter how we have to do it.
Can I have my $5? According to your newsletter.
President.
So does
Yeah, he kept, I knew he was going to keep his membership, at least through his term as governor.
because he no longer lives in Batesville, right?
I don't want to find with you.
They run out of light, so I have they moved it back behind the church until they get it moved to a lot. No, it's gonna be down.
Ready to go?
Actually, they gave it to for him to just get it moved off the property.
That's the best deal there is.
Is he on the hospital side or is he on the VA side? Probably he's on the VA side. My guess is, but he's the chief of one of the I'm in touch with
So have you enjoyed your grill yet?
Not yet. I'll tell you what I did.
He's still a dick.
Oh, man. I'll come by, take it, figure that out. Oh, Bob. Well, get it in the U-Haul. Somewhere.
So how is the transition to Batesville? You finding everything you know?
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Did you have like to move or like to buy or? Oh, that's nice. That part's good. I know moving's hard.
Let's go ahead and get started today. If y'all would stand with me. Don, will you lead us to the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ryan, is Ryan here? Oh, there, you can see you. Ryan, will you lead us in prayer, please?
Most gracious Heavenly Father, we come today and just thank you just to be able to come in the middle of the time and eating food and in fellowship. We pray that you would be with us in our program and that everything that this group does would be for the betterment of our community. We pray these things in your name. Amen.
Okay, we're going to do one we haven't done in a while, and Justin has the words back on here, so get everybody. And if you notice, we're going to do 2 verses, and we'll sing the chorus twice. So try to remember that as we go along.
helmet and glove. Viva la Rotary, to carry our message of service and love. Viva la Rotary, viva la Rotary, viva la Rotary. Truth is our right, love is our might. Viva la Rotary. When something is wrong, let us straighten it out. Viva la Rotary, for nothing is worse than a fear or a doubt. Viva la Rotary, viva la Rotary, viva la Rotary. Truth is our right, love is our might. Viva la Rotary.
Good guy.
We're getting better with that one.
Am I wrong, or is it easier when we got the words?
No, it's much easier.
Yeah, it looks like we have one birthday this week,
If I can see
and I don't see Deanna here. But Deanna's birthday is on the 30th, so if you see Deanna out, please wish her a happy birthday. Johnny, are you ready? Are you ready? Do your report?
Well, I suppose. That's quick.
I have you first on the list.
Well, that's good to meet more people. For the first time in a long time, I got to take some time off. Got the computer working, got everything going, thought, well, just get away for a while. And Star and I and two of our friends went to Branson this weekend. And I found the most exciting thing that I have ever seen, and I bought one. It's a new thermos that keeps things hot and cold. Did you, Amanda, have you ever heard anything like that?
No, have you used it yet?
Yes, I've used it this morning. I put in 2 cups of coffee and a popsicle for this afternoon. Yeah, think about it.
It's too early, it's Monday morning.
All right, let's see. I think we'll just do an occupational report today instead of a Rotary best friend. So let me see if I can figure out if anybody here knows what they do. Now, I know it's not Max, but he doesn't do anything. Brenda?
Leave my friend Max.
Stand up, Brenda. Tell us about you, anything you want to tell the Rotarians, you can do it without a
I
fine.
wanted to talk about Ron, because I had my cheat sheet. Sorry, Ron.
You want to do your best friend?
Well, no.
Okay.
No. Basically, discovery from this is Ron and I are both just the most boring people you'll ever meet, because our answers are pretty similar. We work, we don't do anything else. But this is my second career. I'm a real estate agent. Thought I'd moved here 2006, 2007 to retire. We took a year off, did a few things, then started back working part-time. But personality-wise, my husband and I are not part-time people. So now we're back working 6.5 days a week. I do real estate, we have rental property, help him in his office, and just do a lot of different things. So that's it.
All right. Thank you. Give her a big hand. And next week, Ron, you'll become your best friend.
She just did. That was my report.
Boring. I
Boring.
heard you say boring.
Boring.
All right. I'm going to go back to the store now and have my popsicle.
Good luck.
Yeah. I want to know, did you drink the coffee already?
No, I've been so busy, back off vacation, haven't had time.
Okay.
You suppose it'll taste good?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Depends on what flavor that popsicle was. Kurt, you have a secretary's report first?
First thing I'm gonna ask, you know what month starts this week? What month starts this week? October. What happens at the end of October?
Halloween.
Halloween. So that means you can go to the store and there's lots of candy out there, right? And why do I ask that? Because for the Christmas parade, we need to start collecting candy for that, so that we have enough to make it the whole route. So now's the time to start bringing in your bags of candy. Bring one every week if you like. Doesn't have to be the expensive stuff, but it needs to be candy so we can start collecting it up here and have enough by the time that Christmas parade comes around. Let's see, I count 23 members here today, and I think I counted 8 guests, counting our speakers. So the first guest I'll introduce, that's my wife, Laura. Welcome. And let's see, all of you are speakers today, right? So we'll get to introduce you in a little bit. Here.
So this is Ariel Carpenter, and she is a graphic designer at our banking and marketing department, and is a Lyon College graduate, and was talking about all the years she spent here at Lyon, and we're happy to have her.
Welcome.
My name is Zach Fredericks. I'm from the high school and I'm the 11th grade.
Welcome.
We'll start with Mallory. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Mallory. I go to the high school with Zach. I'm in the 10th grade and I'm here from student council.
Alan McClure. This is Chad McClure, her father. He's in the city basement.
Welcome all. I'm going to add on to what Kurt said about the candy. If you bring candy in, please bring it in a bag or bring a box. Because last year it was really hard to haul all that out of here. So if you can, help us out. Brenda, do you have anything we need to talk about with service today?
Yeah, we're still working on the dictionary project here. We have people who've signed up in schools. I think you sent out an email last week asking the dictionary to bring them back. We found that we don't have enough back here to pass out. I still have 2 schools that are not taken, Sulphur Rock and Midland, if somebody wants to step up and do a service project to help us with that.
How about Dwight's doing Sulphur Rock?
I have to write down Port Charlotte. Maybe I messed up. Okay, I'll check that out.
Okay.
All right, the other thing is we have highway cleanup coming up at the end of October. Pass around a sheet here, sign up, it's a lot of fun. We get a lot of visibility doing that. And that's all that we have right now.
Ken, do you have anything you want to report today?
No, we're coming to the end of the quarter though, so quarterly billings will be going out. Hopefully as soon as I can figure out how to do it.
Okay, so probably maybe next week or so?
Yeah,
After
yeah,
1st
next week for
October?
sure.
Okay, great. Nelson Barnett was our greeter today. I hope you all were greeted well. Thank you, Nelson. Next week is Micah Beard. I don't see Micah here today. If you see Micah, remind him that next week he is door greeter. Okay, today is the last day to donate for the Meals on Wheels, so if anybody wants to donate any money, just bring it up to me today and then we'll get a total on that and we will send them a check as soon as we get that all together. I've had 2 requests for people looking to, they're wanting to come to us to speak. So any of you that are program chairs in the upcoming months, if you've got an open date or still need a couple speakers, let me know and I'll put you in contact with these people and we can get them booked. So just let me know if you've got any openings. The golf tournament's coming up for the district. We have our team filled already and we're going to also sponsor a hole at the golf tournament. It's going to be out at Eagle Mountain on the 9th, I believe, October the 9th. Yeah, October the 9th.
I've got entry forms right here.
Yeah, we've got it. We're done. We're good to go on that.
Is anybody that you know of?
Yeah.
Unless.
Okay, Mark's got some entry forms if anybody else wants to do a team and play.
I'll be cooking lunch out there for the golf.
Oh, bonus, Mark is cooking. Okay, I'm coming. Next week is a very big day for us, so please remind everybody that is not here. We are not going to have a guest next week. We're going to go ahead and do our normal routine up to this point. And then once we get to where we would normally have a speaker, we're going to go outside and have pictures made. Because as you all know, as I've been preaching, this is our 75th year as the Rotary Club of Batesville. There's going to be a lot of press here next week, so please dress your best, be on time. Remind everybody who's not here, we want everybody here that's a member of the club. We're going to try to do it outside out here on these steps, but we will have picture day next week, so make sure everybody knows and remembers to be here. It will be a very important day. All right, Carter, do you want to introduce your guests today, speakers?
Fortunately, it's our last week to do this, but we have had Sheila Mace with us this month, and Sheila, the entire club has just absolutely enjoyed all of the presentations that you put together for us this month. And so before we even come up here, can we just give her a big round of applause?
We have spots open.
Well, it has been this month, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And today we are just as excited as we've been all month to hear the presentation. So if you would go ahead and come up, thanks so much.
I'm glad Carter didn't ask about the Razorbacks.
I went to Fort Worth, but I promised I didn't go again. Not on me this time. Not on me this time. But my son lives in Fort Worth, and my sister-in-law lives in South Lake, and so we had a lot of fun. Being down there. I appreciate the opportunity again to come back and talk to you about White River Medical Center. And before I introduce my guests that I brought with me today, I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk to you about the program that brought Dr. Chaudhary and Dr. Singh to White River Medical Center, and that is our physician recruitment program. Medical manpower. So, medical manpower. The Health Resources and Services Administration projects that the demand for full-time primary care physicians will increase 14% from now until 2020. And that means that we're going to need 241,000 primary care physicians. The problem with that is that the projected supply is only projected to increase by 8%. And especially in rural Arkansas, that means there's going to be a shortage of providers. So White River Health System has submitted an application to the Institutional Accreditation Council for Graduate Medical Education. That's a mouthful. For a residency program. And once we are an accredited institution, we will make an application for an internal medicine and then family medicine residency program to do training of physicians right here in Batesville on our campus. And the reason that that is so important is because medical training is critically important, but also medical training for rural physicians is critically important. Rural medicine is a little bit different than other kinds of medicine, and so we think this is of critical importance to our community, also to the development of medical manpower, because the other thing that happens is residents are more likely to locate their practice in an area where they have trained. So we hope that that will enhance our physician recruitment program. So, the other part of that is our physician recruitment program. This is one of the ads that we've run. We currently have more than 100 physicians representing 25, I'll repeat that, 25 different medical specialties. I worked at White River Medical Center for 20 years, and probably that number of specialties was more in the teens when I came here. And some of you may remember when that number of medical specialties was more in maybe 10, maybe. And some of you have family members who helped create our hospital that remember when that number was in the single digits. And we have 25 medical specialties now and more than 100 doctors. And there's probably some of you who your parents can tell you stories about when the medical community was developed and we had Dr. Lytle, Dr. Slaughter, Dr. Smith, and Dr. Cheney, and Dr. Charles Taylor. Let's see, I'm probably missing somebody in those five. But, I mean, literally, we really did have very few physicians here. Those physicians and this community came forth to build our hospital, and this is what it has become. So, another thing that is important to medical manpower is nurse practitioners and physician assistants. And some of you may have visited your physician lately and been seen by a nurse practitioner or a physician assistant. And that is another way that rural medicine is filling the gap of providers with nurse practitioners and physician assistants. And we have 30 now that are working either in our hospital, in our clinics, or for physician offices in our service area.
We have a medical staff development committee. We don't decide what doctors we recruit. We get input from our physicians, and we get input from all of you. It's a multidisciplinary, broad-based, grassroots committee of this community that looks at our community makeup, trends in medicine to decide what medical specialties we should be recruiting, and develops a plan to achieve that goal. We have a professional physician recruiter. Her name is Megan Townsend. Megan has been with us since October of 2013, and she's recruited 22 physicians to join our medical staff. Some of you may remember Donna Malone. Some of you remember Jeannie Langle. Gary Bevo deserves great credit for our medical staff development plan and our physician recruitment program, because it is really one of the first things that he did when he came to Batesville some 25 years ago, is to say, we need to work on this a little bit harder. And it's not a part-time gig. It's a full-time responsibility, and that's what Megan does for us. And the wonderful thing about Megan is Megan has lived in other places. Megan chooses to make her home in North Central Arkansas. And so Megan doesn't talk about what Batesville and North Central Arkansas doesn't have. She talks about what we do have and what makes us attractive to physicians and medical professionals, and that's what makes her and our area successful. This is who we have recruited this year. As you can see, we've had a great year in physician recruitment. We'll be welcoming these physicians at Business After Hours at the hospital on October 27th with the Chamber and Edward Jones Investments, so that we hope you all will join us on the 27th so that we can welcome these physicians. We have Dr. Quill. Dr. Quill's an internal medicine physician who works in our hospital medicine department. Dr. Quill's done fellowship training in clinical nutrition, which is going to be very helpful to all of our medical staff. We have Dr. Viswanathan. My favorite story about Dr. Viswanathan is that she was born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas. Her father is a professor at UALR. He's an organic chemistry professor at UALR. So he has varying degrees of popularity based on, those of you who've taken organic chemistry know about how popular organic chemistry professors are. You either like them or you really don't like them at all. Dr. Chaudhry, Dr. Galapalli is in our pain management clinic, as is Dr. Kumar and Dr. Solanki. And then we have Dr. White, who's practicing with Dr. Melanie Moody at the Children's Clinic. We had a great need for a pediatrician, and we're really happy to have Dr. White with us, and then Dr. Singh. I'm going to let them talk about their practices. But we also have some that are still joining us this year. Dr. Abraham is a general surgeon who we expect to be with us in October. If any of you have tried to get an appointment with a general surgeon, you know how great that need is. Dr. DePonio is coming to us from Newport, Arkansas, and so he'll be here in December. And then Dr. Gangway is an electrophysiology physician. That took a while for me to learn to say that. And that is a diagnostic cardiology procedure, and he's a specialist in that area. And then Dr. Knott, an obstetrician gynecologist, and as some of you may know, that is also a specialty that can be very difficult to get an appointment with, so we're happy to have Dr. Knott. And then Dr. Tirado is also a general surgeon, and he'll be practicing both here at Stone County Medical Center. So we're really excited about these new doctors. Now I'm going to let Dr. Chaudhry and Dr. Singh introduce themselves. We'll start with Dr. Chaudhry. She's an internal medicine physician, and I'm not going to steal any of her show. I'm just going to let her talk about herself. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Chaudhry. Everyone is having a difficult time saying my last name. My receptionist is just going crazy about it. But yeah, just to give you some background, I was born and raised in India. I did my med school back in India. I moved to US in 2009. I did my internal medicine residency from Johns Hopkins Sinai Hospital of Baltimore in Maryland. And then I moved to Virginia, Charlottesville, to UVA, where I worked for 1.5 years as assistant professor of medicine. And now we are here in Batesville. It's me and my husband, Dr. Singh. So basically, internal medicine, which is also known as general medicine, deals with the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of all the medical problems. And we cater all the adult population and even the pediatric population who are transitioning from their pediatrician to the adult. So basically we deal with any type of medical problem. Just the common ones are congestive heart failure, COPD, asthma, sleep apnea, hypertension, high cholesterol, diabetes. Basically you just name it and we just treat that. The biggest focus of our clinic is to focus on prevention of the disease. So we also routinely see the healthy adults, males and females, and we try to focus on prevention. What can we do to make things better for them and prevent them from getting all these common diseases? We do offer age-appropriate cancer screening for colon cancer, prostate cancer, cervical cancer, breast cancer, and basically that is what we are focusing on right now. Yeah, I think that is pretty much about me, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. And I want to thank you all for giving this opportunity to me and come and meet you all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shailendra Singh. Thank you, Jyoti, for making my talk simpler, and I can make it short. That first few lines are exactly similar to her. Born in India, raised, did my medical school there, and in 2008 decided to come here, took my board, did my medicine residency from the same program. We were together. And after that, did my fellowship in geriatrics, so I'm a trained geriatrician also, in University of Maryland. And after that, I did my fellowship in rheumatology at University of Virginia. And from there, I was looking place where weather was similar to there, not too hot, not too cold. And that is when I found Batesville. And I was the one who contacted McGinn here, and I was like, hey, I want to come there and see. And luckily, I liked the place when I came in, and I had to convince my wife. It's a really nice place. She didn't come first time when I came here, so I brought her second time. I came with her, and eventually she also liked the place, and we decided that here is where we are coming. So that was a story of how we ended up in Batesville. I know everyone was wanted to know why Batesville. That's a tough question to answer. Coming to specialty, rheumatology is a tough field when it comes to explaining to what I do, but I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. We treat anything related to joint. What everyone here, everyone will listen at some point in their life that you have arthritis. Most common is osteoarthritis, which is degenerative changes. Everyone gets in their joint as they age. So that is what I take care of initially, when I can take care with medicine injections. And when it gets tougher for me to take care of with those, or when they are not effective, then I can say, probably you need to see a surgeon. But I can take care till that point. Similarly, autoimmune diseases where our body starts acting against itself. And rheumatoid arthritis is one of the common, along with that lupus, Sjogren's syndrome, where a lot of people will say they have dry eyes, dry mouth, is probably an indication that they might be developing Sjogren's syndrome. Not everyone who has dry mouth, dry eyes has Sjogren, but a lot of people do. And it is I came to know just yesterday that it is one of the commonest diseases. I thought it is rheumatoid arthritis and lupus, but turning out that Sjogren is as common as both of those. There are a lot of other diseases which I take care of, which are not as common, but most of the times primary care will be able to guide you and tell you when you need to see a dermatologist. But I can list a few here: vasculitis, which are several types in there. Seronegative spondyloarthropathies, where you have back pain, low back pain, starting early in the age, and you develop that you can't bend forward, you can't bend your neck, so those kind of deformities. We try to prevent them, diagnose early and treat those. Those are called seronegative spondyloarthropathies. And yeah, the list is very long, and I can stand here and talk all day, but I would rather you guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to call me, ask me at this time. You will be able to get all the information regarding how to make appointment and see us in the pamphlets which have been provided to you. Please feel free to ask if you have any questions. Sure.
How many rheumatologists do we have in Batesville now?
One. That was an easy question to answer.
Loaded question, yeah.
Okay.
It's been my observation that you get a really good medical education in India. Is it more lucrative? Is there more opportunities to come to the United States to practice once you completed your education?
That's a very good question. Yes, the training in India is very extensive and it is more clinical oriented. That is what my observation. I might not be completely right, because there is not enough resources, so we have to rely on our our history and examination to make the diagnosis, because we cannot get MRI or CAT scan on every patient there. It is costly and not as easily available. So we are thoroughly trained to make diagnosis based on that and treat it. Also, so different why I chose to came here, because there was a biggest reason for me was in India we produce almost 30,000 at that time when I was there. Now it is 50,000 of doctors every year, and the post-graduation seats are not enough to absorb all of those. So that is one place where India is lacking, but I'm sure they are working hard on it to take care of that issues. I wanted to do higher training, and a lot of my friends were coming at that time here, and I asked them, why are you going there? And when they started telling me about it, I said, okay, let me think about it, and that is how I ended up here. So it's not lucrative or this thing, just I wanted to do higher studies.
We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
So you all both went to Johns Hopkins for residency, which is a world famous place to go. As you have come into Batesville and into White River, do you have the same type of technology access here that you had there, or are there some things that still need to go to, say, a bigger city?
Well, that's a little tough question to answer. Technology-wise, I think so. We have most of the things which our rheumatologists need to take care of. We have MRI, we have CAT scan, we have all in the X-rays and blood work. We can now in today's world we can get anything done from here. We don't have to rely. We can get blood run here and send it to places, and they can be run there, and we can get the results back. Only difference is time. Over there, which I could get in 24 hours, here I had to wait 48 hours or 72 hours to get the results back. That is the only major difference. Otherwise, I've been happy, and when I came initially, when I chose here, I was thinking, and I used to joke with my wife every day, I'm going to see a lot of osteoarthritis there, and not pretty much, that might be it. But I'm happy, and it's a pleasant surprise that I'm getting really good mixture of rheumatologic diseases, not just osteoarthritis. And I'm happy till this time. Big surprise which I felt, which I was in, was a little disheartening, was that a lot of those people have these diseases for several years, like 10 years, and they have not received proper treatment. So I'm glad that I'm here and I could help at that point and everyone get the treatment which they need and place that they need. And most of the reason why they didn't get the treatment was they have to travel long hours to go to Little Rock or Memphis, and when at 65 years or 70 years you cannot drive or you are limited with that, that could be tough task to do. So I see the reason why is it, and I'm happy that I could be here and help people.
Is there anything preventative people can do to, I guess, delay the effects of arthritis or potentially, prevent the effects of arthritis, or is it pretty much just an inherited thing that everybody's going to do?
I probably, if I'm guessing right, you mean to say degenerative arthritis or osteoarthritis, which everyone gets with age. Yes, few things which you can do is, it is something which will come and will occur to everyone. It is not something which we can stop unless we change our genes and put some resistance to it. What we can do is regular physical activity. Here we have to think that it has to be balanced, not too much, because too much doing, like people who are in sports, they do get osteoarthritis earlier because they are putting a lot of strain, and not doing too less, because that also is, it's like use it or lose it kind of situation here. So it has to create a balance. So exercises which are, I can use medical terminology, but in a way I would say you do not put too much pressure on your joints or loading, and like swimming, bicycling, walking, brisk walking, but not jogging and running. There it becomes a little more aggressive there. So those kind of exercises, main purpose is to keep your muscles around the joints strong. If the muscles are strong, they are the main support for your joint, and if they are strong, it will reduce your pain. It won't prevent it from occurring, but it will cause less discomfort and less pain in the long run. Second thing is smoking. Almost all the autoimmune diseases, we have seen that smoking could be a trigger, it could be a propagator, and it also interferes with a lot of drugs we use to treat these autoimmune diseases. So avoid smoking, or if you're smoking, quit smoking. That is one thing which I always tell each and every patient who walks into the door in my clinic. So that is a second thing which I would recommend everywhere. Regarding anything else preventative, means there has not been enough study to say that keeping your weight in check, obesity has known to be the biggest reason for developing early osteoarthritis, especially people in 30s and 40s are now developing osteoarthritis. But we used to see them only in 50-plus-year-olds. Now that is one of the big reasons. So being active can hopefully prevent developing those problems. But those are the few things I can think on top of my head. Thank you.
Our club started a literacy project, and we're going to donate a book to the library on behalf of you guys today. And I'm not even going to try to say your names. So, but it says this book is donated on behalf of Dr. and Dr. We're speaking to the Rotary Club of Batesville on September 28th, 2015, and that will be at our local library. All right. I do still have 2 drug take-back signs if anybody wants to take them back to their office or anywhere and put them out. I would love for you to do that. Let's see here. The Joker draw is up to $397. So we're almost at $400.
It's going to be your ticket.
We like to let our speakers draw the jokers.
Don't forget picture day next week. Picture day next week. Be on time.
560296.
I told you it was me.
Oh my goodness.
I thought you heard that it was Kurt.
Gave me the wrong ticket.
Brenda, I don't know what you're doing.
You refunded my money, what I said.
And everybody will be happy to know that Max got his drill delivered to him the other night, but he's not using it.
So what kind of drill is that? That was the good
I told him he
drill?
said he was going to
Can
do
you
the
draw
Christmas
one card
party.
for us?
Draw the Joker.
It's taken 80 years, but my luck is finally changing.
Oh my
What is it? It's a jack.
Oh, a jack. Almost. My son
Next week
has
we
been
will,
cooking on a green
hopefully
egg.
hit over $400, so
Yeah, I think they're very similar. This is awesome. They say you have to buy special.
You can save your ticket for next week.
Or wood charcoal.
You can save your tickets for next week.
Yeah, please do. Does anybody else have anything today for the club?
You always have them if you're sitting better.
If not, as always, the four-way test and things we think, say, and do. Number 1.
Is it the truth?
Number 2.
Is it fair to all concerned?
Number 3.
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
And number 4.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
We're adjourned.
It was good to have you all with us.
Glad to have you with us today.
Have you all been told the story of the doctor who finished his training in Johns Hopkins and was on his way to take
Come on, I'll give you the job.
and stopped in Batesville to visit a friend and stayed and started his practice and did his entire practice.
Dr. Diaz.
He was from Pennsylvania and was friends with Dr. Craig.